Hi guys, for this Pick a Crystal, we're going to be discussing in ways like you guys can empower yourselves at this time if you're feeling, I guess, less than. I feel like I was being called to do this reading because I just feel that me personally, I don't know, I feel like I've been feeling really good. And I guess I just want to try to bring that energy to anybody who could use it, or I don't know, any food for thought, or any bit of advice, or just a different type of perspective or way of looking at things. So yeah, I felt like I got this download to do a reading on how to empower yourself at this time. So for this Pick a Crystal, I want you guys to use your intuition, obviously, big time, because these are all the same crystal. This is amethyst. So I want you guys to decide which one you want to use, and feel free to fast forward because I just want to talk about a little more in depth what this reading is about, because I decided to channel on it. So if you've been feeling tired, because when I got this message about empowering yourself, that this is what the reading should be about, I then went to this book about crystals, not this one, it was another one, and healing. And what the page was about was chocore. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. It's how I've always pronounced it, chocore. Chocore energy. So chocore energy, this is energy that indicates strength, power, and action. It represents energy with a direction and purpose. All the energy of the universe is focusing on this point. Old energy needs to be cleared, and it can be used to release, reduce, or eliminate energy that is no longer required. It can be used to bring in additional energy to magnify or attract. So this can help guide you towards certain vibrational levels and support your spiritual growth. Okay. And I feel like that makes sense based off of what I channeled. So if you guys have been feeling tired or sluggish, it's time to become more grounded. I feel like the reason I was picking up on that was because of the Saturn placements at this time in the cosmos, which is basically the fact that there needs to be, like, you're going to feel a restriction, or basically like things need to come to some type of practicality at this time. So the energy that I was channeling was, put your energy into more practical things. This will make you guys feel better. Focus on your own needs. Focus on the things that make you feel abundant. And notice the things that don't make you feel abundant. And then don't put your energy into them. Notice the things that take you away from who you really are. Are you guys feeling on edge? Are you guys feeling relaxed? If not, why? Do you feel the need to attack people verbally, physically? If so, why? And then think of how you act and how you speak when you feel your best. Pay attention to these things, because anything other than that, anything other than how you act and how you feel when you are like at your best, and this is holistically speaking, and I'll get into examples what I mean by that, will never align with who we really are and our soul's purpose, and will therefore drain our energy and not empower us, and therefore make us feel less than. So therefore, we'll always feel like not incomplete. We'll always want more. So when I say that, so when I'm trying to get you guys to think, right? Because sometimes it's harder when we're in it. when we're in the situations ourselves, or like when we're feeling a certain way, but we don't understand why we're feeling a certain way. And it's like sometimes when outsiders like try to peek in and like give their 2 cents, sometimes that doesn't even resonate with us. So when I say notice the things that take you away from who you really are you guys feeling on edge? Are you guys feeling relaxed? If not, why? So if you're feeling on edge, or if you guys aren't feeling relaxed, or if you feel the need to attack people, that isn't who you guys really are. So therefore, you guys aren't in alignment with who you guys really are. So therefore, things around you, outside of you, and within you are gonna feel off balance. Things just aren't going to feel good. Even if one thing feels good or looks good, it's like something else isn't. And somehow it's just gonna end up being a boomerang effect. Whether it's gonna happen right away, or in a year or two, or a month or two, it doesn't matter. It's a matter of time. So how to figure out if you are aligned with who you really are at this point in your life is, well, number one, like, do you guys feel good? Because sometimes our ego lies to us and we don't even realize it, because depending on how we were raised to grow up, sometimes our household just tells us, well, tell yourself you feel good and then you feel good. And that's not to say that hasn't helped us in the past, right? But it's kind of, it hinders us. It hinders us in the long run. It's important to deal with yourself and your feelings and your thoughts. It's important to understand who you guys really are. So to figure out who you guys really are and like what aligns with yourself, like your truest self, I would say think back to things, situations, and people when you feel like, like high vibrations, vibrational, whatever you want to call it. So like, for example, and when I say holistically, so when I think of who I really am and when I feel aligned, like whatever this means to me, I think of like when I'm with one of my best friends, and I think of when it's just me and her, and I feel like I start acting like a child, like a typical Aries child. And I don't mean like, I don't know. I mean like literally laughing and saying stupid things that like only me and her would get, and we'll just start laughing because they're just so stupid, and like I just feel so comfortable being myself, and because I know I can say what mostly society will consider to be stupid, but like yet she'll get it and she'll say this is so stupid, and yet I won't be offended by it because I know she doesn't really think I'm stupid, but it's just, I don't know, there's just something funny about it. And I just think of how I feel energetically inside, and there's something about laughing and smiling and feeling free to just be who I really am without being judged, even though she's calling me stupid. It's like somehow I know she doesn't actually think I'm stupid. There's something about it where you just intuitively know with certain individuals when you're with them, when they say these things sometimes, that it's not a dig. It's really not like a passive aggressive comment. And then sometimes you do know, right? So like, for example, for me, when I feel aligned, so I have a stellium in Aries, okay? And all of these things are in my natal chart within a Virgo house placement, okay? So Aries really belongs in the first house placement, which is, I'm here. I am here to shake shit up. Notice me. However, my stuff is in, all my planets are in a Virgo house, which is a mutable sign. And I gotta be honest, this is like the chillest, coolest earth sign, in my opinion. I love Virgos. And so what this is telling, what this says about me is that, yeah, I'm going to be very Aries-like, more so because of the stellium. However, no matter what, it's going to turn into that analytical mind, always, because Virgos are ruled by Mercury. And then Aries is ruled by Mars, which is all about action, passion. So therefore, I'm always going to feel my best thinking and talking and communicating, but about childlike stuff one moment and then deep stuff the next. And you know, it's like people who will resonate with that will get it, and then there's going to be people who won't. There's going to be people out there who will never understand how I could go from one extreme to the next, where I'm talking about fucking, you know, how could Britney Spears ever cheat on Justin Timberlake? Like, what do you think she was thinking? Like, why do you think she did that? You know, do you think she is the way she is because she never got over? You know what I mean? Like, I will literally think of that and I will turn that into a whole conversation, and my Virgo best friend will just look at me and be like, she'll just give me the eye, and then she'll slowly start smiling, this huge smile, and start laughing and being like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you serious? Who fucking cares? And I'll turn it into a whole thing. And then I'll get her thinking, and then she'll be like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, I guess this could have happened, maybe. Yeah, probably, yeah, but you know, who fucking cares at the end of the day? But you know what? It doesn't even matter because I'm happy. My mind was stimulated and it made me laugh. It made me think. It got her thinking. It got her laughing. And there's something about that that just makes my soul happy. So that's what makes me feel aligned. What also makes me feel aligned is, you know, talking about bigger thoughts as well. Like, what do you think is our purpose here in life? What do you think? Why do you think we're here? You know, like, I love talking randomly about stuff like that. Again, one extreme to the next. Why do you think fast food employees give one sauce when you clearly requested for extra sauce? Do you see what I'm talking about, people? Like, but to me, what follows through after that is the facial expressions, seeing how stupid she thinks these things are, and I intuitively know, yes, I agree with you. I think these are crazy thoughts, but this is what goes on in my mind. So let's entertain it, and then we will. So that is within itself holistic, and it's holistic because it's genuine and it's real. These are the random thoughts that come to my mind, because there could be something, there could be some type of intuitive knowing there within such, you know, what one may consider stupid or simple conversations that aren't even worth the time of day. But there may be something there that maybe I'm picking up on that I just kind of want to express my thoughts and opinions with those closest to me, because it's a random thought. But then something that wouldn't align, what's something that is not holistic, that wouldn't align with me, but yet maybe I don't realize it because it comes from a place of ego. It comes from a place that maybe a majority of society acts on as well. So it's harder for us to figure out that, okay, this isn't real. This doesn't really align with who I am. The first thing that comes to my mind is ripping people the fuck apart. Literally, I have Mercury in Aries, again, in a Virgo placement, a Virgo house placement. So Virgo, again, is the ruler of Mercury. These are the individuals who can put their thoughts into action, who can get others thinking, who could go about this in the most, you know, practical way, in a well-balanced way. Whereas Mercury in Aries, it's like, I mean, it's not to put anyone with Mercury in Aries down, but it's just not as dignified. So what happens when you combine the two? What happens when you combine Mars and Mercury together? Because that's what you're doing, essentially. Well, you got somebody who can really rip people the fuck apart. So do I take pride in that? Well, yeah, my whole life I always knew that that's something I'm really good at, where I can do that. But yet at the same time, it doesn't make me feel good, because once I say what I say, it's like, okay, yeah, it's out there now, and now I know I've made you feel like shit. But then I'm like, there goes that Virgo house placement, thinking about what it is I've said. And then I'm like, okay, that wasn't right. You know what you need to do. There's that higher perspective kicking in. So it's like, was it even worth it? These are the ways to spot what aligns with you and what doesn't. I think sometimes it's hard when we're so ego driven and we don't even know. Like when we think of the word ego, I think we think egotistical, person who just thinks they're the shit. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely part of it, but there's more to it. What's another example? The fact that I own my own business. I think to myself, well, I am proud of myself. I feel good. I've put in work. These are facts at the end of the day. If I were to not tell people what I do for a living, then that means that I feel like I have something to be ashamed of, or I feel like I have to hide something. And it's like, that's not the truth. So what is not aligned about that sentence for me, in my opinion? I think there's this part that, it's definitely not who I am, but there is this small part of me that's like, okay, this sounds nice. This sounds like I've accomplished something. And there's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself with where you're at or what you've accomplished. But if you are even considering like what other people will think, then that's not holistic. And I know these things sound so straightforward, but I think it's a lot easier to judge others than taking a look and reflecting at our own lives, at ourselves. So that's why I'm giving you guys my personal examples. That's why I enjoy calling myself out, so it helps you guys. So how to empower yourself, how to get yourself more aligned. Okay, so how do you do this? Through spirituality, because it has to be holistic. It can't be through ego. When it's done in a holistic manner, it'll be stable. Because when you do it holistically, which it makes it 10 times harder, maybe not for you guys, but somebody like myself, it is. That could be a fire sign thing. It could be, a number of things within my natal chart. But I'm just sharing this out loud with you guys. When you do things, when you heal and work on this through spirituality in a holistic way, not only will it be more stable in regards to empowering yourself, you'll be able to, you'll be rewarded in regards to your manifesting power. So because you become more aligned with who you really are, that puts you in that higher vibration, that higher frequency. It's law of attraction. So you can only go up, is what I'm trying to say. Again, all straightforward, but still. So this is for you guys to decide in as far as how do you do this through spirituality? How do you empower yourself in a holistic way? Because this is where I feel like the spiritual community, this is where at least I separate myself with healing. And this is what I believe is going to happen when Pluto does enter Aquarius. You're going to see transformation within the spiritual community, because it's already slowly happening in regards to the opposite, in a sense, like possibly more judgment on, how people should be healing, how people should be transforming, how rituals should be taking place, what's okay for psychics to, say in regards to the divine messages they believe they're getting. You know what I mean? Because more people, from what I believe I channeled, are going to be more involved in the community. Therefore, it's like when more people get involved with things, there needs to be more of oh my God, I just had the word. Holy I hate when I do this. Sorry. Oh my God. Fuck, I hate when I do this. Anyway, there needs to be more rules and regulations, right? But with spirituality, it's like, it's taking away from what it's about. So what I'm trying to get at is I feel like the spiritual community kind of has always had this thing, and I've mentioned it in the other videos in regards to, you know, kind of, you know, how one should go about healing and how one should go about empowering yourself, and who cares what other people think, and just do you and let karma do its work. And you know what? Ultimately, this is the thing about spirituality is, yes, ultimately you get to that point. Where I differ is, how do you get to that point? For the people who do have tempers, for the people who are angry, for the people who have anger issues, however you want to phrase it. Because everybody's raised differently. Everybody is taught different things. Everybody goes through different things growing up. So I just don't think one size fits all. And that is the truth at the end of the day. It's kind of like when you try to tell somebody something like, oh, no, this is what happened. And then somebody turns around and they're like, yeah, but so-and-so has never done that before. And you're like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my instant reaction to that is, well, there's a first time for everything. Is there not? I mean, look around you. What the fuck type of response is that? Like, what a stupid, ignorant response. But so-and-so's never done that before. Who the fuck cares? What does that even mean? Like, you know, like, it's just so dumb in my opinion. But, you know, see, there I go, responding from ego. So my point is that, so for example, when you, so my advice to people, and this is like where my channel on YouTube goes with healing, is that how I feel for people who have tempers or anger issues, whatever you want to call it, healing, in my opinion, at least where I'm at right now in life, where I personally have seen it help me in like record time, is healing through ego first. Now, where I'm going with this is because my pain instantly turns into anger. It instantly transmutes into anger. So therefore, what one looks at as spirituality in regards to healing, how does an angry person, you know, although I think that's so unfair, so unjustified, that because certain situations get people angry, they're all of a sudden considered to be an angry person. Like, that within itself is so unfair, and it's not right. And I feel like people who are considered to be angry or tempers, whatever, it's like they understand what I mean by that. It's like, that's not right. It's just not right. Is it mature? No, it's not. It's somebody who still has not evolved. But that's part of the soul's journey, is going into their soul's evolution. That's why I'm always talking about do things within your soul's timing. Because if you force things on yourself, you're not going to go about things within the right way, because it's not holistic, it's not genuine, it's not real. That's why you should go about healing in the way that works for you. So, for example, for me, for years, healing through ego first has worked for me. So what I mean by that is that, so empowering yourself, right? This would mean that, like, you feel less than, you feel down on yourself, you don't have confidence, the world has gotten you, or something has gotten you, etc., etc. You're putting your energy into things where it's like, it's just not worth it at the end of the day, and you're just draining your own energy, and you're not putting it into things that could better serve you and that would therefore empower you again. So if you do get angry, if you do, if your pain instantly turns into anger right away from whatever it is, it's like if you feel angry and you force yourself to go out, if you force yourself to keep busy, if you force yourself to, I don't know, take selfies, if you force yourself to, go out dating, whatever it is that actually doesn't resonate with who you really are, but yet it's making you feel good in the moment, right? Because there's some people out there, and I've talked shit about them, and I have girlfriends like that too, who, and this is no judgment, but like people who go around sleeping with other people when they're not over other people, it's like, that's what makes them feel good, right? Even though they're hurt people hurting other people. That's what makes them feel good. So technically what I'm saying is they're doing the same thing just in a different way, right? And that's also FYI, that's when you get to that point in your evolution, this is what unconditional love is all about. This is how we're able to see ourselves in humanity, that we're all reflecting each other. This is why we're technically all one, This is literally it. We're all doing the same thing, just in different ways. And it's just hard for us to catch it because of our ego. We kind of want to just play victim. We kind of want to play innocent because of our morale. But it's like, no, it takes several people to tango at the end of the day. So if you are this type of person, it's like you can heal through ego because you're keeping busy, you're keeping distracted. You may not be dealing with your feelings because maybe you don't want to. Or maybe you're the type that what I would do is I would force myself to deal with the pain. I would force myself to deal with, we're never going to be together again. It's the end of the fucking world. I would be in my room. I would be crying. I would just be picturing, my ex-boyfriend, with a new person. And I would be up in my room and I would just be depressed as fuck. That would last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, maybe a month. I don't feel like that though. But I would just go to work and then that would be it. I would be depressed, not eating, blah, blah, blah. Then the next month it would go to just keep busy, go out, force yourself to go out, go hang out. And then I'd force myself to start dating. That is literally, I think, that's what I would do within like my 3-month period, unbeknownst to me, not realizing it was always 3 months. And within those 3 months, I finally got to that point where I was, no joke, genuinely over these people, genuinely not feeling any type of pain. And at the end of the day, I felt good again. I literally felt confident. And it wasn't like fake confidence. It was true empowerment. I remembered who the fuck I was. And unfortunately, it meant going about it in a very unholistic way. It meant reminding myself of my worth in an unholistic way. It meant, well, I make X amount of money. Or, well, I look like this. Well, I get this attention. Well, you know what I mean? Like, you guys may not resonate with that, and that's fine, but maybe you can find ways in which you do that are slightly different, that you do the same thing, and it makes you guys feel good. Whatever makes you guys feel good, as long as you're not out there hurting other people, as long as your intentions are good for yourself and for others. That is the whole point of empowering yourself, is to get yourself back to basics. And if you were never feeling good about yourself, well then, that's another video. Because there actually is something to that. If you're constantly getting in those repetitive patterns, which I definitely was, unbeknownst to me, that these were all the same people playing out in just different characters, it's like, okay, well, there's something about yourself within all of these people. Okay, there's a reason why you keep ending up miserable at the end of all these people. But that's another video, another time. So the point of empowering yourself is to remind yourself of who the fuck you are and that it's not worth it to get into this energy of feeling on edge, feeling uncomfortable. You know, you really have to think about, why do you feel this way? Like, what has happened? What is this stemming from? Is it worth it? And I feel like these are the things that, like, when people tell us, it's like, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't help, right? And that's why I'm trying to phrase it a little differently. So I really believe that that you'll get sick of your own shit, and you'll just get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You guys are gonna get exhausted from not being your divine ass self, because one should never lose themselves. I mean, when we do, it's all part of our plan, no matter what, because we learn stuff from that, right? We always do, each and every time. So I just never want you guys to never lose yourselves all based off of how other people view what empowerment looks like. Because this is what makes us all different at the end of the day. There's no one way to do things. There's no wrong way on how to do things when you do it from your heart. All right, so let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, so when I was channeling the practical things, I tried to get like a little more confirmation about that. And I felt like I was getting this, I felt like they were saying, like, don't rush in regards to taking your time with trying to empower yourself. Like, there's no need to push. And that in order to empower yourself, like, holistically, it's important to, I felt like what they were saying was this quote that I saw from Steve Jobs. I'm going to botch it, but something about connecting the dots, going backwards in order to go forwards. So I feel like that does help in regards to trying to empower yourself, to understand why you guys are feeling the way you are, and how to embody that true essence of your true soul's purpose, you know, your true soul's alignment. Like, who are you guys really at the end of the day, and how can you embrace that through true empowerment? So with that being said, we're going to see what's going on with you guys at this time, and how can you get into this higher frequency. All right. Okay, and if you guys want to look into, what is it, Chokore energy, I would just, like, you know, YouTube it, because there could be some type of meditations for you. Chokore, that's Chokurei. Yes, I just spelt it. Okay. I'm going to start with pile 1. Trying to think of what deck. Okay. Pile 1. What's going on with you guys at this time? All right, I'm going to start channeling. What's going on with you guys at this time? Pile 1. Okay, something about your guys' future. Trying to balance something about your guys' future. trying to either heal yourselves or come to peace with things, or maybe practice spirituality or be more spiritual or something, or maybe faith, hope, but definitely balancing and like focusing on positive feelings, something to do with your future. Possibly finances. I'm not seeing money, but maybe abundance. Either trying to heal your inner child, or there is a child. All right, let's pull some cards. What's going on with you guys at this time? Duality. Oh yeah, what did I say? Trying to balance something out. Many meanings, misunderstanding. Divine Mother. Yeah. What did I say? Nurture, compassion, grace. Yeah, it's either like, you know, it's either your guys' energy or not, but that's what I was seeing. Many meanings, misunderstanding. Trying to balance something about... Trying to balance something in your life. Trying to be at peace. Trying to see, either trying to see the bigger picture or just trying to feel better. I really feel like trying to, I think both, because I was seeing this as the eye, and it was seeing light, looking over a tree. And when I see this specific tree, I forgot what they call the tree. I think it's the tree of life. It's, I always think of spirituality, but it's like if you're not spiritual, then it's like peace or hope, faith. There was a necklace, and that's what I thought was abundant. Possibly balancing. Is there a necklace? There's something on her neck. There's a few things. That's definitely what it was. So yeah, I don't know. I just, what I saw was a necklace, and it was like a black circle. I saw it in another reading. And I felt like it meant money, but maybe not, because I'm not seeing any of that. Wait, what is the design on her neck? Because I'm seeing the skull, and I'm thinking since the necklace was black, it's probably death, because it's saying misunderstanding, many meanings, duality. So I think death, rebirth, especially since I was seeing the child. So death, rebirth, nurturing, compassion, grace. She looks like Virgin Mary. Oh, yep, probably is Divine Mother. Duh. Okay, so what's going on with you guys at this time? I'm just gonna go with balancing your energies. How can you get into this higher frequency? Okay, we're going to pull one card for that, and then I'm going to start pulling other cards from other decks. How can you get into this higher frequency? How can you get into this higher frequency? Pile one. I'm seeing the mind. How can you get into this higher frequency? Okay, so this is, again, I'm seeing trees. I'm seeing a path. I feel like you're wearing a white outfit. So it's like something about purity. Oh, this is you. You're supposed to be symbolic of the child. So it's like an inner child or something like that, or like reborn. And I'm not talking about like religion. I mean, hold it how you see fit, but there's something about that. Like a change, transformative energy is what's going on. Or wait, I shouldn't say that. What was the question? How can you get into this higher frequency? Okay, so how can you get into this higher frequency of like empowerment? Oceana, fuck. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. The Phoenix Rising. This is all about death, rebirth. So, transfer. Oh, the white outfit. What'd I say? How can you get into a higher frequency? How can you embody? How can you get into this? How can you empower? Sorry. How can you empower yourself? Balancing. Okay, get out. Falling while hanging on for dear life. I don't think so. Balancing your energies. There's duality going on. I think not only, so like, I feel like this has two meanings, like duality, like balancing something in your life. Because we asked, what's going on with you guys at this time? So balancing something in your life, and then how can you get into this higher frequency of empowering yourself? Balancing your duality as well. So there's two meanings. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So how can you empower yourself? I feel like there's this letting go energy. Like I feel like we're in the dark. And it's like, there's something about, I'm seeing letting go of something. I feel like I'm seeing arguing. It's like you're explaining something like expressively. Like with hand gestures, and it's like you're like, it's just, but it's like it's not getting anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So it's like spirit saying like release this. How can you empower yourself? How can you empower yourself? Pride, Megan the Stallion. Who is this? I don't even know who this is. Megan the Stallion. I feel like it should be Megan the Stallion. Ambition. I don't know this deck, so... And I don't know. Well, let me look and see. Pride, ambition. Okay, so let me... Oh, wait, let me see, the light is reflected. Okay. All right. Pride. Okay. When Megan the Stallion arrived on the rap scene in 2018, she was carrying Houston on her back and commanding props in the spirit of the female rappers that came before her. Megan mixes her ruggedly skilled bars with sexual innuendos in a perfect balance between rap scholar and a big ol' freak. Meg makes every season a hot girl summer, and her viral hit Savage set a new standard for how to behave simply by misbehaving. Few women galloped through hip-hop with her credentials. It took a stallion for it to happen. If you pull the Hot Girl Meg card, it's time to take a moment to celebrate your accomplishments. If you're too wrapped up in the head, you may miss all the milestones within your means. It's okay to take pride in who you are and how far you've come, be it your personal life or your professional one. Trying to bury your light will only make it difficult to dig back up when the time comes to strut your stuff. Struggling with your sense of self can seem futile, so tap into your inner savage and shine on with your body. Odie, 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 Odie. Okay, I don't know this chick. All right, Dreezy. When Dreezy first entered the rap game, it was through Chicago's fair-weather drill rap scene, where emerging artists shared stories and songs reflecting the dangerous neighborhoods where they thrived and survived. Dreezy's remix of the collab between Nicki Minaj and Chicago local G Herbo on Shrek, I don't know, showed hip-hop that a bright new artist was about to take over. However, the drill scene, while boasting several male stars, had only select few women, including Dreezy, Sasha Go Hard, and Katie Got Bands. It was a limiting space for the young artist whose music transcended with niche she was placed in. Dreezy quickly found her voice, refusing to be boxed in, setting out to conquer across industries from music and acting to fashion. Talk about goals. Speaking of goals, Dreezy's telling you it's time to set some new ones for yourself. Resolutions aren't just for New Year's, so write them down now and start plotting your next moves. You are prepared to level up, but may be unsure how. Develop a step-by-step plan with realistic milestones along the way. Remember, setting your expectations too high could be setting yourself up for disappointment, discouragement, and ultimately failure. If you drill into your mind that small steps will lead... Kylo, you okay? Remember, setting your expectations too high could be setting yourself up for disappointment, discouragement, and ultimately failure. If you drill into your mind that small steps will lead to a greater end result, you'll understand the value of having a plan. You know how the Benjamin Franklin saying goes, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Okay. empower yourself? How can you empower yourself? Where can you empower yourself? Where can you empower yourself? I feel like I'm getting the Fool in Tarot, and I feel like I'm seeing like a cliff and somebody not jumping, like not going for it. I feel like, and I'm seeing tons of fog, like it's hard to see this, and there's a tree, like a spiritual tree again. So it's almost like some type of inner knowing about doing something. This definitely has to do with the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, where it's like this is the time to manifest things and put them into a practical, like manifest it in a practical way. And like this is that energy now where you can make it a reality, because it's like I don't remember the last time this was a thing with Jupiter and Neptune. Because, okay, I'm going to open my eyes. So Jupiter and Neptune, I know it gets confusing within astrology for those of you who don't know. But basically what this is saying, and nobody, like, get technical on me. I'm just trying to, like, dumb it down, so to speak, because that's what works for me. Jupiter and Neptune are pretty much sitting next to each other. Do not quote me, okay? This is just, I'm trying to give you guys a visual as to how powerful that type of energy can help you guys. But at the same time, it's like this can also create that energy of escapism. So I feel like that's what's happening. Like there's some type of blockage where it's like you're not able, it's like you see clearly because there's some type of knowledge, but it's like you're not going for it, or higher knowing. But it's like you're blocking it, like, because I'm seeing like your head, and this is like what's going on in your head, that there's something you want to do, but you don't do it. Shit, what did I? Where can you empower yourself at this time? Where can you empower yourself at this time? So there's something to that, where whatever that's about, like look into that. I feel like that's the message. Why aren't you able to see clearly, and why do you not want to take that jump? Is that jump a good thing? Is it not a good thing? So why are you putting your energy into that? Oh. Aphrodite, passion, fertility, independence. Artemis, I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, so I feel like this was the tree, because I'm seeing plants, passion, Aphrodite. I feel like this is that Jupiter Neptune conjunction, making it foggy because of passion, which could go either way. Clouds because of good passion or bad passion. Independence, this is like that Fool in tarot energy. Oh my God, the Fool. Oh my God, this is exactly what's on the tarot. A tarot card for the Fool. The person about to take a leap of faith, and the dog is right next to them. And I feel like this was supposed to be what was your head, And it's like, I felt like I was seeing what was supposed to represent as like a third eye. Again, that makes sense. Jupiter, Neptune conjunction, but then there's so much fog. So again, it's very clear. It's like, it's either a good thing or a bad thing about not going for something, or it's like there's fog about this. It's like, I feel like the message from Spirit is that because there's some type of inner knowing. You personally, you have some type of knowledge in regards to why you don't do something. And it's in regards to a good passion or a bad passion. And I feel like the message is to think about that. Why do you stop yourself? Like, is that aligned with who you really are? I almost feel like, I was seeing that tree again. It was like, that's what I represent as spirituality. And look, there's these two doves. I feel like it's like Spirit talks to you, like, because it's like what I was seeing was jumping or trying to, but then like not doing it. Something like that. It was just like contemplation. All right. One more time. So that was, where can you empower yourself? Just like the shadow, Oceana. Okay. Where can you, sorry, I'm just looking at the words now. Passion, fertility, independence. I feel like the message is almost the same as this message before too. Letting go. Independence. Like growing, like an idea growing based off of like letting go. Like not going with an idea. Like passion, I think of Mars, how you move around, how you walk around in this life. It's like too much Neptune energy, too much fog. And it's like, why is there too much fog? Something's unclear. So therefore it's like, it would probably be best to just let it go. Okay, where can you empower yourself? Where can you empower yourself? I feel like I'm seeing like your eye within your mind. Like taking a walk in your mind. I feel like I'm seeing something that's supposed to represent a lion. So I feel like that's strength. So again, I feel like it's like mental strength, how you can empower yourself. I'm literally seeing, I feel like you against you stopping yourself. I feel like I'm seeing a school bus not being able to get through. I feel like I'm picking up on ego. I feel like I'm seeing dark, like stuff, not like dark shit. Like, no, I mean like just ego. Okay. How can you empower yourself? What did I say? With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. I think there's something, I think you feel, what is the word I'm looking for? There's something about like when you don't attack, that kind of just makes you feel better because of like self-control. That's what I'm picking up on. Like the need to attack based off of potentially wrong information. And maybe there's some type of knowing about that. And maybe that's why there's kind of like this unsure energy. How can you empower yourself? I forgot what the crow stands for. Maybe look that up for spiritual meaning. Allowing. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment, so what's needed can come next. So yeah, I feel like when you let things go instead of like trying to control things that you feel like are intentionally happening, that you believe are happening, but actually that may not be the case. It's like it releases that energy, because maybe it could be consuming you, because that's usually how it works. And then it stops you from being able to manifest. It stops you from being able to bring in like better things in your life and change and, you know, all that good stuff. How can you empower yourself? Last message. Limitless. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Wait, what? Butterflies again. I feel like that's in regards to that phoenix energy. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Yeah, I feel like that may be the truth. That may be the truth that is hard to see or accept. Sometimes when you're open to things that don't seem believable, it's like the rest just follows suit. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you entertain the thought of like what this card is saying, you can just start seeing better things happening for you. And it's kind of hard not to believe that this may be your truth or whatever Spirit's trying to tell you. However you interpret this. If, let's just say, better things start happening right now, or I don't know. All right. So with this book, I wrote this down. How to attract spiritual harmony. Okay. Spiritual harmony. Oh, okay. So bloodstone calms the mind. It instills courage, but teaches the value of strategic withdrawal and flexibility. It helps you to recognize that chaos often precedes transformation. This is a perfect stone for mindfulness, focusing your awareness on the present moment while accepting your thoughts, bodily sensations, and emotions. Okay, so I keep going back and forth on the paper, sorry. Empower yourself. So how to empower yourself. I think sometimes there's things outside of us that are happening that may not look like it, but it sometimes things are just not as they may seem. Things are not just black and white. There's a lot of gray, and sometimes other people are not always going to have explanations because, you know, like, for example, the divine, this would be considered, the divine itself is considered to be outside, you know, outside forces. So, yeah, that's what I got for you. I hope that resonated. I hope that helped. And I hope this can help in regards to empowering you guys and giving you food for thought and yeah. All right, that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to move on to pile 2. Okay, pile 2. Pile 2. Where did the other deck go? Cool. Okay. I'm just going to keep doing this, I guess. All right. What's going on with you guys at this time? Oh, stop. Hi, pile 2. Okay, so what's going on with you guys at this time? What is going on with you guys at this time? I forgot to mention this in the very beginning. I'm sorry. So when I channeled, you know, what was the point of this reading, empowering yourself, besides everything I channeled, I felt like the overall message, because I was asking, you know, what guides are going to be coming through for you guys. Honestly, so many people showed up. It was insane. So the message was that your guides want to help you desperately manifest in the material planes. The message was like, no more dreaming. By releasing old energy, you can allow new energy in, and this energy will help you. This energy that will come in aligns with who you guys truly are. Okay, so what's going on with you guys at this time? I'm just going to start channeling. What's going on with you guys at this time? Okay, so I feel like everything's new. Everything's fresh is what I feel. I feel like I'm not in the countryside, but I just feel like I'm out. I feel like I'm traveling, like I'm in a different country. like it's, I don't know, the energy is a journey. What's going on with you guys at this time? Ooh. So maybe you guys feel constricted, like you see a journey, you see like there's no control, something like that. It's like I'm getting a mix, like a mix of energy. It's like I'm seeing these trees, but the fact that they're not like, I know this is going to sound weird, but the way they're coming through, it's almost as if like there isn't full peace because you don't feel free will. Something like that. Like that's the vibe. You want free will and you don't feel free will. Yeah, like I feel like I'm seeing you almost like on the phone, like asking for help. But it's like nobody can help you. It's like you're trying to escape something. You're trying to get out. What's going on with you guys at this time? Death and rebirth, darkness to light. Oh my God. Okay, well, this makes sense because this has Pluto written all over it. This is Pluto is in Capricorn, so Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. So you have restrictive energy, you have forceful energy, you have transformative energy, you have uncomfortable energy. Yeah, darkness to light. That's so funny. So it's like it's that middle period. It's that uncomfortable period where it's like life isn't the same. And it's like you miss that. It's almost like that how do you pronounce it? Melancholy feeling. But for the old feeling of life, even if it wasn't that great, it's just like when you go through this, it's just so uncomfortable. It almost feels like that, like you're going from the energy of Saturn, Capricorn, the feeling of whatever Earth has always felt like to you, to going to, I don't know, Neptune, almost like everything is nothing as you perceived it to be. That's the best way I feel like I could put it, even though really what it is Pluto being in Capricorn. What's going on with you guys? Yeah, I would say that's a journey for sure. A journey to self-discovery. Brilliant beliefs. Luminous life force, personal power. Yeah. What did I feel like, so the duality that I'm picking up on, I feel like is, what is going on? Hold on, sorry. Hey, are you okay? What's wrong? What is it? Why are you bugging out? What do you do? Sorry. I feel like the duality that's going on, it's like kind of polar opposites. It's like feeling free because you're learning who you really are, but at the same time, it's like, it's just uncomfortable because it's not what you're used to. And it's like, we all hate that as humans, right? It's like low key. It's like, even if we're not happy, that's what you learn in psychology, is that we kind of always go back to what we're used to, like those miserable relationships, right? To like the words I use, those miserable relationships, because it's like we're used to being unhappy sometimes. So therefore the brain just wants to go back to what it's used to, until eventually like we've had enough and we're like, no, we can't go on. All right, so how can you get into this higher frequency? Although these aren't bad cards, but the energy I was picking up on was just not feeling free. And I feel like it's because you guys are like in this in-between energy of nothing will ever be the same again, you know? And that's exactly what this does to you. Darkness to light. It's like there's this journey that lies ahead, and it's like who you guys really are. So maybe you guys have always been, well, yeah, obviously restricted as to who you really were. And even that is uncomfortable. As beautiful as this is, like coming to learn who you really are, becoming who you really are, because the reward is amazing when you get there, coming into your personal power, your life force, because life force energy is true passion, which is like the ultimate goal when you come into your next life. Like whatever the energy is of your sun, I mean, there's so many different parts to our journey and our soul's purpose, but that's like one of the main ones is the passion, what our soul longs to learn and enjoy while being here. So whatever like your sun sign is and the house it's in, I would like look into that. Okay. How can you get into this higher frequency? How can you get into this higher frequency? Sorry. How can you get into this higher frequency? So I feel like I'm seeing you on a swing. And I feel like you're it's interesting. So it's like you were on the swing going back and forth. I was feeling balance, and then it stopped. You were just sitting. And then all of a sudden, I feel like this was you. You were just like kind of standing outside of you, watching you. And now I'm seeing something that looks like a peacock. So I feel like that means charisma. But everything's kind of, I don't want to say dark, like not a bad kind of dark, but it's almost as if like this is what needs to come into, there's something, the energy I'm feeling is like this needs to be worked on, like this needs to come into alignment. It needs to be kept up with. Wait, what was the question? how can you get into this? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. How can you get into this higher frequency? I'm not feeling this life force. I'm not feeling the sun. I'm not feeling structure. I'm not feeling like embracing what makes you different. I almost feel like it's like you feel like it needs to be a secret, which is your Uranus, you know, your genius. Like, I feel like this, it's like you feel like you need to hide, but it's like this is definitely the message. It's like your Uranus and your sun needs to come to the forefront. You need to act on this. Action, action. Healing. Oh, I know her. Healing. I'm trying to think. Uranus. Uranus. Oh, that's interesting. Uranus is... So this is your genius. So it's coming through that you feel like you have to hide this. But Uranus also in our natal natal chart is our trauma from past lives that we bring over into our current life. You guys can figure out like get an overall energy, how this plays out by Googling, you know, Uranus in, I don't know, Aries in the first house, if that's what it is, you know. Sister Soldier, power. Yeah. So Uranus is your genius that will, it takes you, I mean, it's like everything's all connected in the natal chart, but it's like if you think about what I was channeling, the sun is, you know, your battery. It's what gives you juice. It's, you know, it's what then connects to your Mars, which is how you move around in life. So it's like you have to stop hiding who you are. I almost feel like who I was seeing on the swing was your inner child. And then it's like I was seeing a female on the swing and then a male. Once you stopped swinging, it's like then I saw you a few years older, but then as a male. And I feel like, you know, within all of us, not I feel, this is what it is, inner divine feminine, inner divine masculine. It's like maybe somewhere along the lines, you stopped believing in yourself. This could have to do with inner child wounds, you know, like you stopped manifesting. Because when you don't believe in yourself, you're not able to manifest as fully, like your full potential. You can still manifest things, but not to your fullest potential. And therefore you lose like your own power. So it's like if you heal this and you believe in yourself and have confidence in what you know to be true and bring balance to this, because you don't want to get too out of control with your Uranus energy and your sun energy, because the sun energy can be too much cockiness and then your Uranus is your genius. So it's like you don't want to be too, you just don't, it could, you know, be an overkill. So it's like, that's why I feel like balance was definitely a message. We could definitely, I think all of us sometimes can go a little overboard with that because we're human, especially when we know our potential. But then sometimes, you know, we do get shut down, or we're told, you know, to limit our manifestations, or our gifts aren't that, you know, I don't know, big of a deal or whatever. It kind of like we feel shunned, especially when this is happening as a child. All right, Mary J. Blige. There is no one who can get us in our feelings quite like Mary J. Blige. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. The queen of hip-hop soul has delivered hums, I'm definitely saying that wrong, of pain and promise since her debut album, What's the 411. She's had us searching for real love and led us in chants declaring we want no more drama. MJB urges us to recognize toxic patterns in ourselves and those we love in an effort to recover from all that has harmed us in this life. Our previous one, what did I say? And the next, she does so with grace, yet she's tough as nails. Who wouldn't be after bearing her soul time and time again? You can't heal what you don't reveal. What did I say? I feel like you guys are kind of keeping it secret what you're able to do. Like, or just like, however you shine, however, you know, this could be, I don't know, acting confident. And maybe people believe you think you're too egotistical. And it's like, well, that would be those people's problems. And it would stem from things that have nothing to do with you. So you can't heal what you don't reveal. Mary's card is prompting you to take a closer look at the traumas you've endured to understand how you're behaving in the present. Identify the obstacles you've encountered in your life. Sometimes we react so aggressively to the slightest things and have no idea why. Well, it's time to explore the reasons. A personal deep dive will help you better understand yourself and in turn help you better control your emotions. If you can't do it on your own, seek the guidance of a professional or a spiritual guide or elder. You deserve a drama-free life, starting with yourself. So what I was seeing is that everything was like, you know, you were swinging and then all of a sudden you just stopped. It's like, and then there was like you reflecting on yourself. It was like this feminine energy, kind of just being childlike, and then feeling the need to shut it down, right? Because that's the thing, when these energies are imbalanced, right? So it's the divine masculine part of you is looking at yourself. And when the divine masculine is imbalanced, this energy will feel the need to control. Okay. And this is usually out of feeling the need to feel safe, because one does not feel safe. So it's almost as if like you felt unsafe and it's like you had to stop yourself. So therefore it's like you take away your own charisma from that, which therefore is taking away your own power. And it's like, why are you doing that? That therefore, so it's like doing one extreme to the next, like you're on a swing, you're swinging, and then all of a sudden you just stop. It's like you have to reflect and think to yourself, why are you doing something like that, right? And this is all symbolism. So what happens if you just be yourself? All right. Sister Soldier. Words have power, and Sister Soldier has plenty of them. As a female rapper, she became a de facto member of Public Enemy, the first woman to align with the legendary hip-hop group. She released her debut album, 360 Degrees of Power, in 1992. The same year, she became notorious for speaking out against the President Bill Clinton's racial remarks on America. It was known as the Sister Souljah moment in American politics, but she had many moments to follow. While her memoir, No Disrespect, set the tone for Souljah's book writing career, it was 1999's The Coldest Winter Ever that secured her fate as the queen of hip-hop literature. Through books, activism, and consistently speaking out for change, Sister Souljah is still a public enemy of the patriarchy. If you're feeling a gravitational pull to change the world, there's a reason for it. It doesn't have to be on a grand scale like Sister Souljah. You can slowly move upward until one day you make a massive impact. You'll never know until you try. But pulling this card is a sign that it's time for some action. What did I say? Action. Link with some community groups or form your own. The best part of being an agent for change is exactly what Uranus is all about, change. This is the ruler of Aquarius. The best part of being an agent for change is that there's no wrong way to do it, as long as you think like a soldier and keep your boots on the ground. I love it. So how can you get into this higher frequency? By accepting who you guys really are. I was picking up on Uranus energy and Sun energy. So I would think about where Uranus is in your house placement, in your natal chart, as well as the Sun. And then also the house placement it actually belongs in. So let's say it's, you have Uranus in the first house, which it naturally belongs to Aries, right? Aries rules the first house. But let's say you start with Taurus in the first house. So it's like I would see the energy that Aries in the first house has with Uranus as well as Taurus. Like always do that so you can truly understand like what you're meant to do with that. So how can you get into this higher frequency? When it comes to healing, it would be, why don't you feel safe? Like I would look into what makes you, why do you feel the need to stop being who you are? Why do you feel like you can't, how do I word this? Why do you feel like you can't show who you really are to people? Like show your light. You're like, why do you feel like it's wrong to express your charisma, your energy, something like that? Why do you feel the need to stop yourself? That was it. Why do you feel the need to stop yourself from being who you really are? What makes you feel not safe about that? What stops you from acting on this? All right. Okay, so empower yourself. How can you guys empower yourself at this time? Paying attention to your higher self and like the messages you're receiving. ignoring anything negative, anything that doesn't understand you, doesn't, anything that doesn't have the best interest for you, anything that's trying to, anything that's like a negative energy, because I'm seeing like your energy in your mind, and there's so much light, like there's so much brightness. I'm seeing you wear a crown, like I'm seeing you focusing on the good, focusing on being confident, feeling confident, and ignoring any type of energy that doesn't welcome you and your energy. Any energy that tries to bring you down, like just ignoring it and paying attention to your intuition and intuitive hits. How to empower yourself. Trust the unknown. Trust the unknown. Trust the universe. Trust the energy that, trust that the universe is trying to help you at this time by teaching you things. I feel like the universe may be teaching you things that make you feel uncomfortable, like not positive, but at the same time it's like interconnectedness, higher wisdoms, like I said, lessons. All right, how can you empower yourself? Individuality. I feel like this was all that light I was seeing in your mind. And it's like just paying attention to yourself, like your higher self. and not allowing anything else that doesn't serve not just like a purpose, but anything negative. Like blocking bad energy, blocking anything that doesn't like you, that that just doesn't get you, understand you, anything negative. Fresh start. Yeah, I feel like this was what I was picking up on, like trusting the universe. Like you see like the fishes, I always consider that like Pisces energy. Like anytime I see like feet like walking, I always consider that like source, like something new, life lessons. Something about like trusting the universe, signs, synchronicities. Just going into the unknown. Fresh start. Yeah. How can you empower yourself? Just trust that the universe is helping you at this time. They're helping you, taking you to where you need to go. Empower yourself. How can you empower yourself at this time? Oh my God. How can you empower yourself at this time? Creation. Yes. Oh my God. I was about to say. So, oh, I wish I saw that. Said I saw that. I saw, I knew it was life lessons and that they're taking you where you need to go because I saw the number 8 and then I saw the infinity sign. And I feel like, even though it's not here, but I'm seeing like astrology, like symbols in the sky. That's how also I knew it was the universe. Like, so I feel like pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that you're getting at this time. Like everything's happening for you at this time to get you to where you need to go. Like, I just feel like good energy, like really good energy. Yeah, this is what I was seeing. It was, so I was seeing stars and then I felt like I saw the infinity symbol over here. Oh, you know what I'm seeing? I think it's her ears. I don't know if you guys see it. Let me show. I don't know. That's how I was seeing it. Okay. So where in your life can you empower yourself right now? Ooh. I feel like I'm seeing this like catwalk. Like strutting, like you got it, like that. It's just literally like, okay, the scene changed, but it's now I'm feeling like a queen. Like I'm seeing a queen and then I'm seeing a tree. Like I always think of that as spirituality. And there's something like with you. I don't know if it's a pet but there's something. And now, what is this in the tree? A basket in the tree. How can you empower yourself? Ooh, there's definitely something about manifesting because I'm seeing, and it's a little dark over here. So this is something definitely about wait. What is the thing called from Aladdin? The genie thing? Wait, in the basket. Manifesting. How can you embody yourself? Oh, I get it now. I was like, what is this? In the basket, there's that, whatever the hell it's called. Also, what is her name? I've seen her before. The mom from Beauty and the Beast, the teapot. It's like something about mothering yourself. Like, how can you embody? I mean, how can you empower yourself? The energy I'm getting is like mothering yourself. You may not be able to get that from a parent. So it's like you can only... So this is what they call reparenting yourself. So basically what this is giving yourself that nurturing energy, advice, you know, things that you are looking for from a parent to yourself. It's like the things you believed you didn't get growing up to yourself. And I feel like that's a hard concept. Just personally, you know, not to throw anyone under the bus, but this is what this channel is all about, resonating with one another. It is hard, and that's not to take away from anybody's parents, including my own. But when you do feel that way, because again, it's how we interpret things, right? It's how we feel. Because obviously our parents did give us what they could and what they were taught and what they were capable of giving. And our interpretation of what we deserved or what we expected or what our soul needed may not resonate with what they were capable of giving. It doesn't mean they're less than. But when this happens, you have to reparent yourself. Otherwise, I'm gonna open this. You're gonna look for this energy outside of you from partners, from people. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize this because this is kind of like, what do they call it? Taboo. Or like, you know, gross, whatever. But like, this is how it works in psychology. Like, you're looking for that energy that like you feel like you didn't get from a parent. You're trying to fix things that you didn't get at home with people. And of course, everybody's situation is different. So it's like this either resonates with you or it doesn't. But that's what's coming through. So it's like you kind of have to leave that behind and just give yourself that. Otherwise, you're gonna look for that energy from people outside of you, and then you're always gonna get disappointed. So basically, you're always gonna be trying to fix what you didn't get from a parent with other people. And that's how you can empower yourself. And it takes time. It's like the idea of it sounds sad to me. It sounds awful, if I'm being honest, but it helps the connection also with the parent that you may have this with. You won't easily snap at them anymore. You won't easily, or you won't have resentments with them anymore. You guys may not even realize you have resentments with specific parents. How can you embody yourself? Oh, I mean, embody. How can you empower yourself? Let me see if any other messages want to come through. How can you empower yourself? The energy is just like, again, I'm seeing somebody do this runway, like owning who you are. Oh, you know who just came through? Oh, I think this is what that animal was. I feel like this is the peacock. Charisma. Like, it's, how can you empower yourself? It comes back to this energy of like, like earlier what I said in the video, like that energy of when you feel aligned, like when you feel your best in private, when you feel like you're realest or happiest, showing that to the world and not caring like who likes you, doesn't like you, who resonates, who doesn't resonate. It's like as long as you feel good and you feel aligned and you know your intentions are good, then that's all that matters. Where in your life can you empower yourself? Confidence. Where can you empower yourself? Confidence. Being who you are. Being confident with knowing who you are. Worth. Yes. You have been worthy to belong, to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Fuck yeah. All right. Where can you empower yourself? And then I saw you as like a queen. Hi, Oceana. Where can you empower yourself? Queen. Like controlling yourself is what I would say, because I feel like that's the Queen of Wands energy, like balance, control, controlling oneself, and then charismatic and loving yourself. One card, please. Where can you empower yourself? Intuition. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. This is definitely reparenting yourself, because what I saw was the tree, which I think of as spirituality, and it's talking about the inner Lord. And then I saw the manifestation and the fucking teapot. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberate. Yeah, it's like freeing yourself from limiting beliefs. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that is freeing yourself. It's like it's a Kylo, leave her alone. It's like a heavy load when you feel like you didn't get you know, the nurturing energy of a parent or mother, the motherly nurturing energy. And it's like, it doesn't even matter if you can rationalize. I mean, it does matter if you can rationalize why, you know, like your mom was a hard worker and you know, or she had a tough upbringing, and it's like all these things. It's great that you can rationalize these things, because it's important to see the bigger picture. That is seeing the higher perspective, understanding it's not personal, but also understanding that your soul longed for that, for a you know, a different way of getting nurturing energy from a mother. So you have to give this to yourself, because it's showing that it interferes with how you manifest. It could be that you don't, and this could literally be going on in the subconscious mind, because it was showing up in a basket in a tree. So spirituality, belief system, manifestation, believing in yourself enough to make anything happen in the physical planes. So it's like, are you worthy enough and capable to make anything happen for yourself? Do you ever stop yourself from making things happen that you believe you can make happen? If you do stop yourself sometimes, why? Do you think there's any chance whatsoever it's because, like, maybe you're just not capable? And if so, why are you not capable? It's like when I hear that, I'm like, no, I'm fucking capable. And it's like, okay, well, why didn't you do that today? And it's like, I don't know. And it's like, if you were to really go in my brain, maybe there is a part where I'm just like, oh shit. What? I'm not worthy? I'm worthy, you know? Like, that's how deep this stuff can go with parents unbeknownst to you. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with you. Our parents love us. So therefore, it's like, what didn't you get that, you know, your soul really longed for? Was it hugs? Was it, you know, what do you want to go do today? Do you want to go to the park? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so go take yourself for a walk. I don't know. Things like that, you know, or look into what reparenting looks like. It sounds silly, but, you know, if you guys feel like you lack confidence, again, holistically, a lot of us have fake confidence, and it's like we don't even realize it because it's all 3D. This is how we were raised to be. And it's like when we go through this spiritual awakening, we begin to see what's real and what's not, and what actually aligns with us and what doesn't. And then it begins to make sense why things around us are happening to us and for us, and why things, you know, the things we want aren't happening, and why the things aren't happening are happening, or, you know, whatever. I'm botching up my words now, but you get it. Yeah, I hope you guys do. All right, courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Yeah, again, this has to do with coming forward with who you guys really are, like embracing that Uranus and Sun energy and just being confident, because that's what that Sun energy is all about. True confidence from the soul, holistic energy, not fake confidence. Just like, yeah, you know, like I make X amount, I own this, I own that, my personality is like this, you know. It's like, okay, that's not holistic. Like, what do you guys offer on a holistic level, you know? All right. So, how to attract spiritual harmony. I cannot pronounce this. Anandalite opens and aligns all the chakras, dissolving any disease that may have had psychosomatic effect on the physical body. A particle of its bliss supplies the bliss of the whole universe. Everything becomes enlightened in its light. I like that. All right. That's what I got for you, pile 2. Let me see if there's anything else I can pick up for you guys. How to empower yourself. Understand your worth, which I feel like you guys do. It just may be hard to act on it due to childhood. This may weigh heavy on your heart due to your inner child, because I feel like your inner child came up twice, if I'm not mistaken. I think was it twice? Yeah, twice. So it's like when you take this out, excuse me, when you take out the inner child part, it's like that may just be the only thing blocking you from you empowering yourself, which means that's a limited belief. You're literally, I mean, this is what they say. When you look into this, it's like you're just telling yourself, it's like, what story are you telling yourself that isn't true? So you may be telling yourself that you're not worthy because of how you were treated in childhood. And it's like, well, you know, you may not even be doing this consciously. You know what I mean? Like, you guys may not even be aware that this is how it's playing out. But it's something worth looking into because it's not true. It's a false story you may be telling yourself, unbeknownst to you. It's like nobody means to make us feel that way. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's like we're in control of how we make ourselves feel. That's kind of like the hard part of accepting all this. It's because it's like when we think about it, we're like, but we were just a child. We didn't, know any better. But it's like, then it's like we have to grow up and understand. It's kind of like, that's the hard part of a spiritual awakening, is once you realize, for those of us who didn't realize what was going on during childhood, because I know I didn't, I thought, the things I went through was normal. Not that I went through anything crazy traumatic, but it's like I thought everything was normal. And then once I realized, wait, no, that's actually not normal. It's like I couldn't help but get angry and become bitter about these things and resentful. And it's like, well, those are the things that come back up, and it's like you kind of have to work through it. And then it's like you have to realize it's just a false story. And that's the hard part of the awakening, is that you awaken to the real truth. And the truth of the matter is that if you believe in reincarnation, that number one, your family members sign up to give you those life lessons to break through the 3D, to understand, a higher perspective, to a bigger, broader journey. That's number one. Number two, they're trying to get you to your north node, because somehow it's all connected. And it's really tough, because that's really hard, because we live in the 3D. So it brings us back down, and we're just like, okay, that's fucking nice, and I do understand that. However, that doesn't take away our pain. And then you're kind of just sitting in the pain, and you're like, okay, well, I get all that. I do believe in all that. So how do I work with the pain that I have? And then you kind of just have to think about the childhood they had, their personality in general. Do they treat other people like this? Do they seem self-aware? Are they aware? And it's like, well, more times than not, no. So it's like, okay, this is just who they are. It's like, and then how do you take away judgment? It takes time. So it's like, don't be hard on yourselves if, you come to realize these things and judge. The judgment will go away. It gets a little less as the months go by. And don't let outsiders make you feel bad if you vent or you be open. Because you should be open. You should be honest. That's part of the spiritual awakening as well. You shouldn't be keeping this stuff to yourself. How do you empower yourself? Individuality. That's Uranus energy. Trusting in the universe, trusting in synchronicities, signs, trusting in the unknown, something bigger than you. Trusting in who you are and going with that. Trusting in that you're different and it's for a reason. Trusting in you being different and that accepting who you are may feel forceful, and you honestly can find this in your natal chart. I feel like it's Pluto, I may botch this, sextile Neptune. don't quote me, but look at your Pluto aspects in your natal chart. And this basically means that your soul agreed to have this like deep transformation, this deep spiritual awakening. Because there's all different levels to spirituality that people embrace, you know? And that's again what I feel like we're gonna go through with Pluto entering Aquarius, where, you know, and I'm not trying to sound negative, where people are gonna be a little more judgy in the spiritual community. Meanwhile, you know, it shouldn't be like that, you know, but we're human. We can't help but be judgy. I even do it, right? And then I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have come off that way. It's hard not to. But, you know, some of us are meant to go through these deep spiritual awakenings because some of us have gifts, whereas like maybe some of us are meant to do divination. Some of us are meant to be astrologers. Some of us are meant to, be healers. I mean, all of that is really healing within itself. But there's just something that our soul longs for due to so many past lives, possibly traumatic past lives, where it's like we're longing for deep, deep healing. And through that, it's like there's something very rewarding that happens within this specific life for us. And then it's like, if you don't have that aspect, there could be other, other aspects where there is spirituality within your chart, but it may not be as big of a thing. Because there's people out there too who, aren't psychic or who, are extremely religious, but, not into divination, or, they don't believe in archangels, or they don't believe in astrology. You know what I mean? There's all different levels to it. So, with that being said, I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. All right. Bye, guys. Let's start with pile 3. Oh, that went out? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. Hi, pile 3. Oh, shit. Hi, pile 3. Okay, so what's going on with you guys at this time? What's going on with pile 3 at this time? There's I don't want to call it a shakeup, because it's like not such an imbalance, not such a negative energy, but it's definitely uncomfortable. I feel like it's messages. You're either getting intuitive hits, or you're getting intuitive messages. There's something about messages that leave you feeling in the dark. There is some light, but Not enough. And you know what's interesting, what I am making out? So this leaves you to be in your own head, trying to decipher something, trying to figure something out. And I'm seeing you wearing, I feel like it's a varsity jacket. And I don't know if what this is supposed to be. If this is your own angel, archangel. No, this is not an archangel. Hold on. A bridge. I'm seeing a bridge. But before then, something about your mind. I was seeing, I'm gonna open my eyes. It was like an angel, but I didn't like the energy. It was like, I can't help but feel like this is your thoughts. Like there was black wings and their hair, it was like two buns in like pigtails, but two buns. I can't help but feel like it's there's this tarot. Hey, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Don't do that. Here, this is your toy. Leave that alone. Yeah, don't do that. There's this tarot deck with this chick, and she's got, I think, two buns as pigtails. So anyway, so the energies, there's definitely like trying to figure something out, trying to decipher something, but leaning towards negative thoughts. What's going on with you guys at this time? Hostilities, conflict, unrest. So maybe this is what I was like picking up on. It was like, I don't know, like this was definitely like the entrance to the mind, and it was like dark and yeah. What's going on with you guys at this time? God, what you doing? What's going on with you guys at this time? Guide, the illuminated path. I feel like this was what I was saying I was seeing. It's like I felt like you guys were getting intuitive messages. Yeah, so you see the wolf. I always think of the wolf as like seeking truth. And then like, so it brought you on this path, but the path was like, the energy was, but I've seen energy where it's like, you know, the energy was, so I feel like it's like the mind is made up pretty much. It's like, like the choice is conflict. Like, even though you may be trying to decipher something, it's like you've made up your mind. Okay. How can you get into this higher frequency? How can you get into this higher frequency? I'm seeing a path being made. I feel like it's you walking onto your own mind. And I feel like you're... Wait, is this you? Oh, wait, no. I feel like this is supposed to be you. I feel like this is your... Like, this is supposed to be your energy. I feel like I'm seeing divine feminine, divine masculine. Like... And I feel like I'm seeing... I feel like I'm seeing a woman and a man dance. And the man has this... what is that thing they used to wear on their head? To protect their head. And there's like a feather. I forgot what century this is from. Like for wartime. So the man has no shirt and the woman has a bra. And this is definitely all symbolic. And there's like little bits of purple. And the woman, I don't know where she is. She's not there. So I feel like, oh, the purple. So, okay, I want to open my eyes. So I feel like the message is that it's like the intuitive part, the intuitive component to this is missing, because that's what the divine feminine energy within all of us brings to the table, is having an intuitive knowing, whereas the divine masculine part of us is being able to control ourselves. And it's like I was seeing this energy within you guys where it's like, even though it's like it was poetic and beautiful, like this dance, but it was like a dance in the dark, and it's like even though I didn't see a battle go on, again, it's like the man and the woman was supposed to be you guys. It's like there's this controlling energy, so it's like the divine masculine is imbalanced and the divine feminine energy has gone missing. So it's like, therefore, when that happens, it's all about not feeling safe. That's why there's, I don't know, fucking helmet, whatever you call it. And on the head, trying to protect the crown chakra. And meanwhile, this imbalances the crown chakra from seeing properly. So therefore, it's distorted. So nothing is technically illuminated. So how can you get into this higher frequency? What's coming through is honoring your divine feminine energy. I feel like that's also why like the shirts were off. It's kind of like the message is being open with who you are instead of feeling the need to guard yourself. Like within your guys' self, you know, not necessarily people, just yourself. So that way you guys can see truth. Humor. Tiara whack. Ha! How can you guys... Yeah, honestly, I think that's another thing that I mean, again, we all see things differently, but that's also how I believe I differ from the spiritual community. And I'm sure there's so many people that see things this way, so I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm different. But humor, like, in order to heal, I think making yourself laugh at situations. Oh, are you okay? Hey, oh my God, Kyla. Making yourself laugh at situations just to get by, like just to speed it up. Kyla, stop. If that helps you, then like use that until like the soul gets to where it needs to go in order to actually release certain energies. When I say that, I mean like, so the part of healing, the point of healing is to let energies go. But that's really hard, right? So it's like, well, if you got to do it in an egotistical way, and I don't mean to harm others, because that's just not part of it at all. So it's like, go about it in a way that, privately would be, egotistical for you until it becomes, until you finally have truly healed and then you really see the bigger picture for what it is, and you don't need to do anything egotistical anymore. You know what I mean? Because, making fun of somebody or talking shit or degrading somebody or acting or operating from ego, whatever the story is, it's like, if that's what you need to do to feel better or let something go, whatever the case is, it's like, then do that, as long as you're not hurting somebody else, as long as you're not attacking somebody else, and that's fine. As long as you're not doing anything else other than doing what you need to do personally to move on. How can you get into this higher frequency? Connectivity. Yeah, I feel like this has to do with the divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Raw digga, what the fuck? Okay, Tiara. When XXL featured Tierra Whack in their 2019 freshman class, her oh my God, this was the Letterman jacket. That's what it was, the Letterman jacket. What did I say? I don't remember. Her pitch video for the coveted spot featured her simply eating a bag of potato chips on camera for a minute straight. Tiara carries that strong comedic energy into her music, not a slapstick parody, but rather infusing her records with fun personality. This playfulness has made her famous, securing her brand as TikTok royalty, thanks to her song Hungry Hippo, while also making her the envy of many, thanks to her collab with none other than Beyonce. Tiara has added a new dimension to hip-hop, not taking herself too seriously while still flaunting incredible skills on the mic. Truth be told, there's nothing whack about Tiara at all. That's what I was going to say. I don't think I finished that thought process. Or maybe I did. Whatever. Adding humor to spirituality. Like, if that's what you got to do to see the bigger picture, like, then just fucking do that. I don't know. That's like what gets me by is, in the very beginning is, making a joke. Because sometimes, at the end of the day, it's all about ourselves and it's nothing personal. And I wish people would get that. But it's like, you got these judgmental fucking assholes. You see what I mean? That was ego right there. Where it's like they hear you, making a joke, and they don't understand that, like, the person is doing it because they're unhealed. They're doing it, okay, perfect example. So, my friend, she's an Aquarius. So these people, and I mean, everybody's obviously different, right? It depends on the rest of their natal chart. But there's this guy that she really likes, whatever. And I personally, I don't know the guy, but like from the story she's told me and like who I am as a person, I don't like people who hurt my friends. I just don't like them. I'm a loyal person. I don't like that shit. It just doesn't, and I obviously, at the end of the day, I'm that person that can see the bigger picture. I could be like, okay, obviously this person acts this way because X, Y, and Z. I get it. I do get it. However, ... like then my ego comes back into it because we all do it, like, but what separates us is, can you see the bigger picture ultimately and like put your ego to the side? So her energy ultimately will be like, yeah, no, I understand why he does these things, but like, I just send him the utmost love. And I'm like, Cass, like, what? Why? Why? And she'll just be like, because his higher self, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck his higher self. And it's like, but the truth is, like, the real truth is, that is the truth. It's her, she's not wrong. She really isn't. Like, you think her higher self would do the stupid things? I mean, his higher self would do these things or act this way, blah, blah. It's like, no, so it's like she makes a good point. So like, here I am, I'll be like, wait, he did what? He did what? And like, I'll say this and she'll hear it too. And she'll understand and why I'm saying whatever, but she'll be like, whatever, I just send him the most love. I'm just like, oh my God, you're beautiful. But like, that's what I mean, that to get to that point, for people who may handle things the way I do, where it's like your pain instantly turns into anger, it's like, to get to that point, you kind of have to handle it sometimes in the way that you feel is best. And if it's like making a joke to yourself or talking shit to yourself, then do that. As long as you don't go about hurting people. And if you do, then it's like, you should understand the roles that we all play. And that's when we get to that point in our evolution of understanding unconditional love and seeing a glimpse of ourselves with everyone. All right. So this playfulness has made her famous, securing her brand as TikTok royalty, thanks to her song Hungry Hippo, while also making her the envy of many, thanks to her collab with none other than Beyonce. Tiara has added a new dimension to hip-hop, not taking herself too seriously while still flaunting incredible skills on the mic. Truth be told, there's nothing whack about Tiara at all. To quote the Joker, why so serious? Acting stodgy, did I say that right? Stodgy? Is really no fun at all. Tiara Wax card is a message to laugh more. You can do that by checking out a stand-up routine. You may even try improv yourself. But comedy performances aren't the only option. Take the time to smile and embrace the good. Otherwise, joyful moments can escape you, leaving you with regrets. Laughter is the best medicine, so have a proper dose. Okay. Rah Digga. New Jersey's own Rah Digga's success story stems from being the MVP of every crew she touches. As a battle rapper for famed local rap outfit, The Outsiders, she collaborated with the Fugees and traded bars with Lauryn Hill on the Score Cut Cowboys. Then, as the leading lady of Busta Rhymes' Flip Mode Squad, Rah set the bar impeccably high for lyrically powered mainstream hip-hop with her single Tight, and wowed the masses with her verses on squad hits. She is a conduit. Wait, did I say that right? She is a conduit? Conduit. I don't know. Sorry. Bridging the gap between all the art forms, moving parts. Whether she's taking the battle rap to the mainstream and fusing lyricism in pop or bringing hip-hop to education, Rah Digga finds a way to do it, and that's pretty tight. Digga's card is a call to action. Step outside your social comfort zone and flip your mode a bit. There's a saying, make new friends but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. Keep that in mind since you may feel guilty at times about branching out, but you never know who you'll meet on your ever-changing journey. Professionally, this could be a sign to network more. If you're looking to change careers or positions, the more people you know, the better. Remember, not every encounter will be life-changing for you. You might be the catalyst for someone else's transformation. And by the laws of attraction, your blessings will be next. So I really feel like this is in regards to your divine masculine and divine feminine energy. So sometimes I feel like it's hard for us to honor both energies in a well-balanced way, or it's hard to honor one more so than the other. I think I worded that wrong, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say. Sometimes we've been doing it one way our whole life, so it's like we don't even realize we're doing it because it's the way we've always done it, or it's the way we've always seen it done. So it's like we just don't realize it. All right. How to empower yourself. How to empower yourself. Oops. How to empower yourself. So nurturing yourself, letting something go. I almost want to say transformation, like I'm seeing not the Reaper, but something like the Reaper, like walking through trees, walking through the woods. Like giving yourself something. Giving yourself time. Controlling yourself. I feel like it's controlling your shadow. They're showing me your ear. Showing me your ear through the fog. Something about like to give yourself time. So you may, I'm gonna open my eyes. So you may feel the need to rush on something. But they're showing me a tree. So it's like you may feel this energy of like holding yourself back. And I feel like they're saying like to do that. Like there's a reason you're feeling that. How can you empower yourself? Where can you feel empowered? Oh my God. Kyla, leave her alone. Kylo, go easy. Nope. Sorry. Kylo, you have to go easy. She's tiny. She's tiny. Sorry. Where can you empower yourself? How can you empower yourself? Balance, yeah. Going with the flow. Yeah, this is like Pisces energy. You see the fish, and I feel like it's obviously Libra energy too, which is Venus. Like, I feel like that was that like investing in yourself, like loving yourself, giving yourself something. Kylo, oh my God, Kylo. She doesn't want to play with you. Okay? She just doesn't. Yeah, there's Neptune. I'm seeing it. You guys probably won't see it. See, I'm seeing on that brown thing under the star. How can you empower yourself? Going with the flow. Yeah, this was coming through as a clock to me. I don't know if you're gonna see that. Yeah, so it's like divine feminine, divine masculine, like controlling yourself, and being intuitive, balancing. And like Pisces energy, spirituality, like having some type of inner knowing. Because when you balance yourself or balance those two energies, you then control yourself. Yeah, focus. So it's like, I feel like Spirit's saying when you do these two things, like you'll feel better versus like acting on something. And it's like the energy wasn't even good. How can you empower yourself? Yeah, universal connection, connected to source. I really feel like there really is this, if you do feel that inner energy, if you feel that inner energy to like, of restriction, which again, I think we're all feeling on some type of level due to where Saturn is in the cosmos right now. But it's for a reason. It's like, you're being tested from the universe at this time on like self-control, you know, so you may really feel this like impulsive energy to just do, But it's like you would be doing this based off of something that doesn't even serve you, based off of probably the Neptune conjunction as well in the cosmos, which can, you know, possibly, depending on how it's showing up in your natal chart, like the current transits, it could be making something seem a certain way that it really isn't. So it's like you're almost like being tested from the universe. I would just go with that because it's definitely a test. And it's like you're not even going to feel good. You may be telling yourself you will, but it's like you won't. All right. So where can you empower yourself in your life? Where can you empower yourself? I'm getting like, I have to be honest, I don't really know what monks do, but like that's the vibe right now, is like a monk. Taking control with something in your life. Like getting getting yourself out of something that's been kind of like weighing you down, but in a different way. It's like, I feel like they're saying there's like a different way to go about it. So it's like I'm seeing something dark hand over something light to you. I'm definitely seeing a tree. I am seeing, I feel like it was on this card, a spider web. Can you empower yourself? I'm seeing somebody put their arms up like in the shape of a triangle. Not like Illuminati, it's actually like their arms. It's like giving it up to source. Freeing yourself in the unknown. It's definitely a test. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. It's a test. Where the transits, like where the cosmos are in the sky and like where they're aligned, aka the transits, it definitely has to go with our soul's purpose and what we agreed to in this path and what we want to achieve. So it's like if you're feeling inner conflict, it's a test. It's always a test. How can you empower yourself? How can you empower yourself? The energy is trying to... Oh. I'm seeing like arms up and just like faith like in the universe that there's letting go. letting go to, how can you surrender? I'm seeing a book. I'm seeing a reading. So everything's happening in the dark. So how can you empower yourself? I think pushing yourself to something outside of you that doesn't feel comfortable. Yeah, courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Yeah, there's the elephant, there's the dove. Spirituality. So whatever you believe in, just that's something that you may not believe in is actually happening for you. Expansiveness. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. Wait, what? Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. I feel like that's talking about like what the universe really is. Like it's just, it goes on and on and on. So it's like far more than what we can ever imagine it to be. More than what any of us are, even psychics, whatever you believe in, like, are capable of understanding it to be. It's like, I just feel like the message is, yeah, letting go. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. All right, so how to attract spiritual harmony. Soothing jade assists in integrating the mind with the body, stabilizing the personality. It releases obsessive and negative thoughts and simplifies the organization of tasks. Jade is precious not because it is rare, but because the quality of jade corresponds to such virtues as benevolence, wisdom, righteousness, propriety, loyalty, and trustworthiness. The noble virtues are the manifestation of heavenly principles. Jade is one of the oldest known healing stones of China. So, how can you guys empower yourself at this time? Well, I feel like the biggest message coming through was balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy. Letting go of the need to control things that are outside of you. Understanding that not all things can be understood. Like literally, there's just no answers. If anybody could try to explain you know, why everything happens, or sometimes you just can't explain things, that there's just weirder things happening outside of us that nobody can control, even if it looks that way. It's just not the way it is. And that handling things the way we've always handled them, if they haven't worked in the past, you know, that's for a good reason. And it's like, why have we handled things like that in the past? Is it serving us? Is it you know, is it the way to handle it? Like, is it the way we should keep handling it? I feel like in order to empower yourself to feel good, the message is to let go of what you may believe to be true and have the courage to understand this, and that maybe if you do, and you can focus in on this energy of balancing, you know, the divine masculine, divine feminine, this may make things a little more clearer. This may broaden your expansiveness of the things that can be possible, unbeknownst to what may seem possible. And that, you know, just look at life, that we're all here, living here, and it's like, we just accept it, right? There's like a TikTok video on that, and it's like, we just go around acting like this is fucking normal, and it's like, we just accept it. Paper, crystals, and it's like, yeah, they give you explanations like as to how it all came about, but it's like, at the end of the fucking day, it's still fucking crazy, isn't it? So there's a bigger message happening here, that there's some type of universal connection, that it's almost like the universe is trying to speak to you, to let you know that there's just some things that cannot be explained, and to detach on what you believe can be explained, because it's not that. And that maybe if you were to just balance yourself and let this go, let conflict go, because it's not serving a purpose and it's not getting anything done, you'll see where that takes you. If you try something new, such as, you know, letting it go and letting conflict go and just balancing and focusing on yourself and feeling connected to the universe, because that's a huge message, and this may take courage and you may feel uncomfortable, but it's like you get rewarded for that if you just give that a try, and maybe you haven't given that a try. Okay? I feel like that will give you empowerment, because how can it not? Being connected with the universe, it's fucking expansiveness into nothing. So I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys.